Good afternoon, everyone. मैं हूं मुस्कान, आपकी host for today. I'm happy to welcome you all again at Ujjain Incubation Center for its 5 days technical workshop series. तो आज है डे 3। हमने डे 1 में सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन के बारे में सीखा था, डे 2 में जाना था सिस्टम डिजाइनिंग के बेसिक्स, और आज डे 3 में हम एक सुपर एक्साइटिंग और ट्रेंडिंग टॉपिक कवर करने वाले हैं, स्मार्ट एआई टूल्स फॉर स्मार्ट वर्क। Joining us once again is our expert speaker, Mr. Piyush Nagar, a startup mentor at Atal Incubation Mission with 15 plus years of experience in IT solution. Today, he will guide us on tech AI tools can make our work smarter, faster, and more efficient. And guys, if you have any questions, you can drop them in comment. Over to you, sir.
So, hello and namaskar to all of you, and thank you, Muskan, for welcoming me again over here. So, I'd love
Thank
to
you.
discuss and share my knowledge with startups. So, in this series, I'll discuss about AI tools. So, AI is a technology, but for founder, it should be a mindset, right? So, we'll discuss both the aspect because in technical, what you can do with AI is very much important. How you can do, you can learn at any point of time. It's quite easy to learn AI, right? But it is very much important to understand what things in AI is very much useful for you in your startup. So we'll keep it something like interesting as well as know-how on what to use and how to use, right? So let's start. बहुत सारी चीजें सीखने वाले हैं समझने वाले हैं अबाउट एआई तो शुरुआत करते हैं आई एम पीयूष नागर फाउंडर क्रेडिट समाधान सो वी आर आल्सो अ एआई startup only so we do a lot of stuff using AI right and we automated a lot of stuff so whatever I did practically for my startup and for others as well so I'll do guide you on that how exactly it works, how exactly it can help you in multiple aspects in your business and be a AI startup founder, right? So like there is one thing why exactly startup fails not because of just bad idea because waste of time because when you become an entrepreneur when you become a startup you have a lot of stuff to do right you need to take care of the product you need to take care of documentation you need to take care of like compliances communication and a lot of stuff right so the core basic of any business is sales बेचोगे तो धंधा चलेगा राइट बेचोगे तो स्टार्टअप स्केल होगा फंडिंग लाओगे तो उसको स्केल कर पाओगे सो दीज आर बेसिक थिंग्स बट यू गॉट स्टक इन लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स व्हिच आर नॉट वेरी मच important these are important but not the primary stuff primary is to grow the startup and whatever is needed to grow the startup which is sales and the investment and the customer satisfaction but most of the time we spend in non-productive tasks which are necessary but non-productive which are not helping you to scale not helping you to grow just they are needed to do right so how exactly we can use AI to like subordinate all these works to AI and just focus on the core objective of yours core objective of your business and the things which basically supports in the growth right so this is how exactly we'll learn so these are the problems what exactly a founder faces. Endless admin tasks, a lot of things to do like keeping track of attendance, keeping track of hiring, their hiring costs, salaries, compliances, a lot of documentations. And when you go into funding rounds and etc., due diligence, you will get a list of 100 or 150 documents which you need to prepare. So these are like overload for you. So you need to keep a lot of information and you need to work out a lot on documentation, these kind of tasks, and some repetitive tasks like informing over the mail, informing over the call, keeping notes of the meetings or scheduling tasks, that kind of stuffs, which can be outsourced to AI, right? Because as a founder, when you are an early stage founder, it is not possible to hire a specific person for any kind of task right? For every task, you need to hire a lot of people, which is not possible. So, in this thing, in this presentation, we'll learn that how exactly we overcome this problem with one more important thing, which I'll tell you later, right? So basically, AI is something which is basically people are saying that it can replace founders, it can replace the manpower and all. But basically, what AI is doing is just replacing the repetitive work, right? So as a founder, it is your duty to identify that what things are there, right, which you can do using AI, right? So its job is to think smarter because right now founders are doing typing most of the time, right? So they do a lot of stuff like mailing, documentation, communication, a lot of stuffs. But if they think smartly, typing can be done through AI, right? So similarly, we need to identify all the aspects in our business which can be replaced or changed or subordinated to AI. So how exactly we can do that is very much important. So this is one thing on which we need to work. So let's deep dive into smart AI tools for smarter work. Right? So how exactly we can do it. So as a mentor, I get a lot of questions from the startups that how do I do more with less? Because when you start working with the AI, और जब आप सोचते हो कि यार हाँ आप कुछ AI लेके आते हैं so that we can replace manpower, but most of the AI are too costly, right? So आप सोचते हो कि ठीक है मैं I use chat GPT and all, so जब तक free version से काम चल रहा है तब तक it's fine. When you start using APIs and other stuffs, so कई बार ऐसा हो जाता है कि उसका कॉस्ट मैन पावर की कॉस्ट से ज्यादा पहुंच जाता है. So you need to understand that which tool is good for you, how you can use it optimize in an optimized way कि आप कॉस्ट को भी कंट्रोल कर पाओ, बिकॉज इन अर्ली स्टेज मैनेजिंग बिजनेस एंड मैनेजिंग कॉस्ट बोथ आर वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट, राइट? सो सिर्फ आप ये सोच लोगे कि मैं मैन पावर कम कर लेता हूँ, AI यूज कर लेता हूँ, दैट विल हेल्प मी टू ग्रो, help me to like present to investors as well कि मैं इतना सारा काम AI से कर पाऊँ. बट यू नीड टू कीप वन थिंग इन माइंड कि अगर मेरा वो सेम टास्क AI कर रहा है, so what is the cost behind that? Because for an example हम लोग बात करते हैं कॉलिंग की. So if in India if we think कि यार कॉलिंग को हम लोग आउटसोर्स कर देते हैं and you are very small scale, आपको एक दो लोगों की कॉलिंग की ज़रूरत है, then it is very easy that you will find a person in 15, 20,000 rupees. You can hire him for calling. He will make n number of calls per day. But if you like try to do that through AI, your cost will be higher, right? That helps you at the scale, but not the small scale. So that you need to differentiate कि AI मेरी कहाँ पे help कर सकता है, कहाँ पे नहीं कर सकता है, और उसकी क्या alternatives मेरे पास में available है, so that you can do more things with less investments and less time. Because as a founder, we have two things, both are limited. One is time and another one is money, right? So both are limited. So we have 24 hours and money is always limited with the startup founders at the initial stage. So you need to use both of them wisely. So in this presentation, I'll keep that in mind that whatever I suggest you which is feasible for you, affordable for you, and will help you to grow, but not put any kind of burden on you, right? So what to use is major importance that I'll tell you more, not how to do that because how to videos you'll get a lot of, but what to use is very much important. So we'll discuss on that point more. So first of all, what kind of things we can do with AI? So first of all, the primary task everyone is doing that. But as a founder, what you can do, you can use AI as a personal AI assistant, right? Either you can use it locally or online. So GPT-4 and Olama is a free open source solution. So if you have a good machine, you can run these models offline on your computers, right? And you can do basic tasks on local machine without using any kind of API or something. Or you can use low-cost solutions like ChatGPT, Cloud, Perplexity, right? So free versions are more than enough for initial founders to do basic stuffs, right? Research, competitive analysis, pitch drafting, validating ideas, and draft investors make. So these kind of things you can do by your own using this free solution or low cost solution. So this is the one primary use of it. You might be using this. A lot of people are doing this right? So let's move on to second part. Second thing is productivity in knowledge management, right? Because that is very much crucial for any startup. That how exactly you manage your data, you manage financial projections, right? So this is very much important. So for that, you can use AI because if you want manage the data at the initial stage of your startup, at the later stage, once you raise the funds, you will be asked for a lot of documentations, right? Lots of backup documents during due diligence because basic financials and everything you will get it done through your CS and CA, but when due diligence happen, they ask a lot of stuffs, and at that time, it is very much difficult for you to find that data, right? So if you organize them very well on the sheets using AI tools, which basically cleans up the data, or to summarize the stuffs, make financial stuffs very proper. So that kind of things you can do. So there are two different approaches to do this productivity and knowledge management, because if you are into SaaS or any kind of tech related business, so it is very much important to manage your knowledge documents either for internal teams or for the external customers, right? For them, for both of them, you should have a proper knowledge base available. You can do that using Google Sheets. You can use add-ons which are available like GPT add-ons and all, which helps you to clean up the data, auto summarize the data, which helps to create the financial projections and all. Or you can go with Notion AI, which is a low-cost SaaS solution, so that won't cost too much, but that helps you a lot, like auto summarization of documents, generate wikis, or track the task what exactly you assign to your team members or whatever you assign to the another AI as well. Because when you apply AI into your business, so you are using multiple AIs, right? So these are kind of resources, like you hire an HR or developer or manager or that kind of people. So similarly, you are using different AI solutions. So it is very much important that which task you have given to which AI and what is the outcome, and you should keep track of. Sometimes what happens, like what founders and general people do, like they do task using any AI, right? But at later stage they just forgot that from where I get this task done. And then when there is a need of enhancement into that particular document or that particular project, they have no clue that from where I get that done. Right? So you are clueless at that point of time. So that's why it is very much important to create a knowledge base while using any kind of tool, while using any kind of AI for any kind of task, right? So that helps you. So either Google Sheet or Notion AI, right, to create internal knowledge base. So that basically not required any kind of external hiring. You can do it by yourself, and you will get the data like for future use. Now let's jump into the third one, which is writing and communications. Right. So that is very much crucial for each and every founder, because at the every stage, if you want to communicate with the mentor, if you want to communicate with incubators, if you want to communicate with your customers or investors or anyone, right? Writing is the most important thing. Either one-to-one writing or one-to-many writing, which we exactly we do it social media or bloggings or on anywhere, right? So for that, a lot of free applications are available. You can take a screenshot of it, right? So Hemingway app is available, which basically simplifies the writing, right? And you can define what kind of writing you need, what is your tone, what is your product, how exactly you want to position yourself, to whom you are writing this thing. DeepL writes, you can use this to translate and rewrite the content for global market. So if you are working in global market, then providing content in that particular language is very much important, right? So if you're working in Middle East, so you should have all your content in Arabic language, right? If you're working in somewhere else in France, so you should have French. So that kind of things you need to do, that you can give to any AI. So DeepL is one thing which you can use and rewrite your content. Grammarly Go is a freemium tool which you can use for tone and clarity. Because whenever you write something, it is very much important to get it done very professionally, right? You should maintain one tone for your brand, for your business, for yourself as a founder, and it should have a clarity that what exactly you are providing or what exactly you are telling to your customers or investors or partners or team members, whoever it is. Right? So that is important. Then Jasper AI, which is affordable SaaS. So it's not too much costly, right? So you can afford that. So like for marketing copies, advertisements, and blogs, you can use it because general writing tools won't write the content in the way which basically create a hooks, engage the audience, and give a signal to the search engines to attract more and more searches onto it, more and more customers onto it, right? So if you are into something which basically sells online, which basically attracts the customers online, then you should try this and you should create proper marketing material wherever you are using, right? So in this, like for writing and communication, you can use these AIs, and that will help you in pitch decks, cold emailing, or content kind of things. And that all you can do in minutes, right? With the help of these tools or other tools as well, you can search because there is lacks of tool available on the web, on the AI, right? So whatever you can like think which is very much useful for you, find out that, use that, stick to one for some time, and keep a note of what task you're getting done through which tool, right? So that will help you analyze the stuff at the later stage that whatever content I generated through Jasper. Jasper. So what kind of analytics I'm getting, right? What amount of traffic, conversion, that kind of stuff so I'm getting through that. If I'm running ad using that content, so what is the conversion ratio? If I'm using any other tool to generate the content on any copy, so what is the client conversion ratio or lead generation from that? So that all kind of things you will get once you create an internal documentation of from where you created what kind of content. And for that as well, you can use AI as we have seen in the last slide. Next thing is meeting and collaboration. So one thing is very much common with each and every founder that you need to do a lot of meetings, right? So every day starts with a meeting and ends with a meeting. So you're doing a lot of meetings, you're doing lots of communications. So every time the most of the communication is verbal communications, right? So what exactly you are saying, what exactly discussed into that meeting, that data is very much important because within that you'll find a lot of stuff, lots of solutions for your problem. Sometimes we had a meeting with a mentor, he suggested a lot of stuff. You try to keep a note of it, but it is not possible to keep a note of each and everything while engaging with mentor. Right? So if you create transcriptions and save them with you, so that will help you a lot in future, right? So for that you can use Otter.ai, which is basically starts with a free plan, so you can record 300 minutes of transcription per month, which is like good sizable at the initial stage, right? So Firefly is there, which you can use for recording meetings and create action items. Tactic is also there, which is a Chrome extension, which basically note the stuff if you're doing something on a Google Meet. Right? You can use Microsoft 365 Copilot to basically summarize the docs and meetings and all the stuff. So this data will create a knowledge base for your whole business, and you can see that any point of time. You can get an answer from that in your board, right? So that is a big thing because every time you do a meeting, so there is always a question who will write the minutes of meetings, right? Which is very much crucial. So sometimes it's bounded to do so if we are into a big client meeting or like any kind of company related activities. But in general, it is very much important to keep notes of each and every meeting because every meeting has something for you, Every meeting can help you to grow. Every meeting will help you to scale more. If you write the notes, keep the notes, and use whatever is required at that particular time. For example, we are learning a few things today that might not be useful for you today, but that might help you 3 months after, right? So if you will get a clue that we had a meeting and I got answer to this question, so you should have a place where exactly you can search out, find the answer, and start working on it, and apply that and uh, grow more using that content. Then workflow and automation, which is very much important. So if you are not doing this, you won't be able to compete in this fast AI era, right? सो हम सब ने बचपन में कहानी सुनी हुई है कछुए की और खरगोश की। कोई कछुआ धीरे 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 स्टडीली चलता रहता है एंड खरगोश दौड़ता है और फिर थक जाता है, फिर सो जाता है और हार जाता है खरगोश, राइट? बट नाउ डेज, राइट, बिकॉज रेस इज स्मॉल। पहले होता था कि भाई एक कंपनी बनती थी तो उसको 20 25 50 साल लगते थे, 100 साल लगते थे, तब जाके हिंदुस्तान लीवर बनी है और ऐसी बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज बनी। बट अब जहाँ पे साल 2 साल में यूनिकॉर्न्स बन जाता है, तो इट्स अ शॉर्ट रेस, राइट? सो शॉर्ट रेस में आप कछुआ बन के कभी नहीं, आपको खरगोश बनना पड़ेगा, राइट? और समझदार खरगोश बनना पड़ेगा जो बीच में सोएगा नहीं। सो हमको वो बनना है तो कैसे करेंगे इसलिए? उसका सबसे आसान तरीका है ऑटोमेशन। बिकॉज आप हर चीज़ के लिए लोग हायर नहीं कर सकते, आप हर चीज़ को याद नहीं रख सकते, आप 24/7 काम नहीं कर सकते, आप उतनी स्पीड में नहीं लिख सकते, स्पीड में बोल नहीं सकते, स्पीड में काम नहीं कर सकते, स्पीड में मेल्स नहीं भेज सकते, रिस्पॉन्स नहीं कर सकते, बट ए आई कैन डू ऑल ऑफ इट, राइट? सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है कि कौन से ए आई यूज़ करना है, कहाँ पे यूज़ करना है, और उसका एक प्रोसेस फ्लो बना देना है। Sometimes what happens when you start implementing AI into your business or your startup, so it feels like कि मुझे एक छोटा सा काम करना है, like sending a basic mail, which takes around 2 to 3 minutes of my time. But when I'm trying to automate that using AI, so it might take 3 4 5 6 7 or 10 days, राइट? सो यूल फील कि यार ये 10 मिनट का काम है, उसमें मैं 10 दिन लगा रहा हूँ, क्यों लगा रहा हूँ, राइट? बट आपको ये सोचने की ज़रूरत है कि अगर मैं 10 मिनट का टाइम आज लगा रहा हूँ, मुझे 10 मेल्स भेजने हैं, तो मुझे हर मेल पे 10 मिनट का टाइम लगाना है। एंड अगर मैं साल भर तक ये चीज़ करता हूँ तो मुझे कितना टाइम लगाना है? once you multiply that hours and compare with the hours what you spent today, which will help you to run this show for whole year, then compare the time, calculate the money कि आपका जो भी आर्ली रेट है जस्ट उसको मल्टीप्लाई कर दो उस टाइम के साथ में जो अभी आपने इन्वेस्ट किया और जितना टाइम आपका सेव होने वाला है, तो आप एक बहुत बड़ा चंक जो है उसको सेव करने वाले हैं, which you can directly show to your investors as well that how smartly I'm using this and how smartly I'm just optimizing my cost. मैं अभी ये मैन्युअली करवा सकता हूँ, दैट इज पॉसिबल एट द मोमेंट बिकॉज मुझे 2 3 मेल्स करने होते हैं, बट इफ आई ऑटोमेट, सो जब 2 3 हज़ार मेल्स भी करने होंगे देन it is not difficult, it will be done automatically completely, right? So automation के लिए बहुत सारे tools available हैं। So Anakin is one solution which is available, which is completely open source and free, so you can self host it and define any kind of automation with that, right? So either email automation, WhatsApp automation, or any kind of other process automation within the organization or outside communications or any kind of things, right? And which is must to do, because कुछ चीज़ें होंगी एआई में which is like good to do, हाँ ठीक है आप कर लोगे तो ठीक है, नहीं किया तो भी चल जाएगा, but automation and workflow management is must to do। अगर आपके पास ये नहीं होता है इन 2025 और इन 2026, सो आप compete नहीं कर पाओगे, आप ग्रो नहीं कर पाओगे, आप स्केल नहीं कर पाओगे, because that is must to have, right? So IFTTT, that is one more option which is available to trigger some sort of uh, simple task, like auto save attachment. So that kind of things you can define through this, right? And you can get that done. कि आपने मेल जब भी आप मेल ओपन कर रहे हो देयर इज एन अटैचमेंट सो दैट गेट ऑटो सेव्ड इनटू अ पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्टरी व्हिच यू हैव ऑलरेडी डिफाइंड. So that kind of exercise you will do, you can do. So you'll save a lot of time. Otherwise आप जब भी मेल ओपन कर रहे हो आपका कुछ काम ऐसा है जहाँ पे मेल्स बहुत होते हैं, अटैचमेंट्स बहुत सारे हैं, तो आप मेल ओपन कर रहे हो, फिर क्लिक कर रहे हो, फिर उसको फोल्डर डिफाइन कर रहे हो, डाउनलोड कर रहे हो, दैट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम, राइट? सो इट रिड्यूसेस दैट टाइम. सो हमको ये देखना था कि इन द स्टार्टअप और इन द बिजनेस और इन माय डे टू डे work, whatever I am doing in my office, right? In my प्रोफेशनल जर्नी, मैं किस किस चीज़ में कितना टाइम कम कर सकता हूँ. इवन इफ यू आर रिड्यूसिंग 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, that will help you a lot because that compounds when you grow, right? So if you solve that problem at the very initial stage, it will help you to scale. That won't create any kind of hurdle. So anytime whenever I just communicate with the startups और उनको गाइड करता हूँ कि यार आपको स्केल करना है, तो स्केल करने के लिए आपको सबसे पहले लाइट वेट होना है. और लाइट वेट आपको बाकी सारी चीज़ों तो बाद में होना है कि आपको कॉस्ट से और बाकी सारी चीज़ों में सबसे पहले आपको दिमाग से लाइट वेट होना है कि आप अपने दिमाग से और अपनी लाइफ से कितनी चीज़ों को कम कर सकते हो. आप अपने काम को कितना कम कर सकते हो कि आप जितना कम काम करोगे उतना बेटर काम करोगे. जितना कम काम करोगे उतना ज़्यादा सोच पाओगे. तो अब आपको काम कम करना है तो बाकी काम कौन करेगा. इतनी फंडिंग तो है नहीं कि सब चीज़ों के लिए हायर कर लेंगे, तो वहाँ पे ऑटोमेशन एक बड़ा रोल प्ले करेगा. सो जस्ट सिट ऑन द टेबल, गेट अ पेपर, राइट डाउन ऑल द टास्क जो भी आप सुबह से लेके रात तक करते हो, मंडे से लेके सैटरडे तक करते हो, या स्टार्टअप संडे को भी काम करते हैं तो मंडे टू संडे जो भी काम करते हो, जस्ट राइट डाउन ईच एंड एवरी टास्क एंड देन फाइंड आउट कि कौन कौन सी टास्क में एआई के थ्रू करवा सकते हो. कौन कौन से टास्क रिपीटेटिव है, मेरा बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम किल कर रही है, मुझे उसमें सोचने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ रही है, समझने के लिए जस्ट मुझे करना पड़ रहा है उसका कुछ. हाउ एग्जैक्टली यू कैन ऑटोमेट दैट टास्क, राइट? सो दीज आर फ्यू टूल्स व्हिच यू कैन यूज. अगर आपको फ्री ओपन सोर्स पे नहीं जाना है देन देयर आर लो कॉस्ट सॉल्यूशंस आर अवेलेबल व्हिच आर आल्सो इजी like Zapier or Make.com. So that you can use for multi-step workflows. कि भाई किसी का ये मेल आया तो मुझे ये रिप्लाई करना है, फिर मेल आता है उसका मुझे ये रिप्लाई करना है, सोशल पे ये आता है तो मुझे ये चीज़ करनी है, ये मैंने कोटेशन दिया है, इफ आई गेट दिस काइंड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्स देन व्हाट आई नीड टू डू. Or if I got one query on my website, so what exactly needs to be done? So that kind of multi-step workflows you can define कि ये चीज़ें ऐसे ऐसे हो सकती हैं. इन अ सिंपल वे हम लोग समझे तो द टास्क की हम लोगों के पास एक लीड आया आइदर फ्रॉम वेबसाइट और फ्रॉम कॉल और फ्रॉम व्हाट्सएप और फ्रॉम मेल. सो हाउ एग्जैक्टली वी कैन ऑर्गेनाइज दैट इन अ शीट, right? How exactly we can move that on Slack or any of our CRM, and then just shoot out a mail or shoot out WhatsApp or SMS or schedule a automated calling or schedule a Google Meet with them, right? So that is how exactly can be done, right? If you are hiring continuously, so how exactly you can automate that? You just posted one advertisement, you are getting the resumes, how exactly that can be segregated automatically in a sheet. You will get marking around it. You can sort automated mail to schedule the interviews, right? And whatever interviews are done, how exactly you can transcribe them and then compare and then you can hire, right? So that all can be done through workflow automation, right? Workflow automation you can use in purchase as well. So if you are into any kind of business where plays a crucial role, right? So in that case, if you're purchasing something, you need to identify the vendor. You need to filter out which vendor is good, which product is good, right? You need to understand the whole product life cycle. So which vendor performed very well, because cost is not the only factor. A lot of things are there, like support is there, their transparency is there, payment cycles are there. So how exactly you can fit them all together and make a process, right? So that help, like automation can help you to understand and play very well in that particular crucial thing. So for any kind of crucial stuff in the business, you can put automation workflows, which will help you to like grow. Then scheduling and time management. So you can use Notion, which is paid but low cost. You can use it to manage your calendar, because you can't afford a person who can manage your calendar, but this AI can help you to manage your calendar if you are into such kind of business where meetings are very much important, where time is very much important. Because if you are into any kind of like international business, you are providing any service to international clients, so that time is very crucial, right? Every minute you spend is crucial. You should be on time always. There is no excuse around it. If you required to be there at 4 p.m., you should be there at any cost, right? So in that scene, managing your calendar is very much important. And in India, we are not good at it, right? All Indians are not good at it, because हमको बचपन से ये बहुत अच्छे से सिखाया ही नहीं गया what is the value of time, right? And we want understand the time in the smallest unit. हम मिनट्स में कभी भी टाइम को नहीं समझते, हम आवर्स में कभी भी टाइम को नहीं समझते, हम दिन में समझते हैं और उसको भी लेट गो लेते हैं, बिकॉज लाइक बचपन से मुझे यार 5 मिनट में आता हूँ, सो दैट इज द हैबिट कि हम बोल देते हैं 5 मिनट, लाइक कभी फॉलो नहीं करते, तो ब्रेन वैसे ही बना हुआ है कि 5 मिनट के कुछ होता ही नहीं है, वो तो जस्ट पास ऑन करना होता है, तो हम 5 मिनट बोल देते हैं. So that is inside our brain. But when you start working with the professional clients or with the MNCs or with the international clients, that is very much important. Every second counts. राइट? आपको 4 बजे जाना है, आप 1 मिनट पहले भी नहीं जा सकते, आप 1 मिनट बाद भी नहीं जा सकते. यू शुड बी देयर ऑन टाइम, राइट? And if you keep that thing with humans, there is possibility for any kind of challenges. But if you put AI into that work, so AI को बहुत अच्छे से सिखाया गया है कि time is everything. Right? You have limited time, so that will help you to manage your calendar. Right? Then project management is something which you can manage using AI. So if you are doing any kind of project, either IT or non-tech projects or anything, either you are doing a customizable product, or customized jewelry kind of projects, or customized books, or customized dressings, or anything. So every project, every order you're getting, that is one project for you, right? So how well you are managing it, right? If there is something manual involvement is there, if procurement is requirement, any like third party vendor integration is required, something needs to be done from the third party, so how exactly you're managing the whole stuff, so that can be managed using multiple tools, right? So either the AIs we discussed, or you can create your own custom AI as well using any kind of uh, APIs which are available, and basic technologies like Python or React or PHP or anything you can use, right? So just don't waste time, hours on planning. Just get everything scheduled, organized, managed through AI. Right? And these are few tools which you can use for scheduling and time management. Then these are like two kind of stuffs, or we can say case studies. So a solo founder use Otter plus Notion plus Google Sheet and save 30K per month on virtual assistants, right? So either if you are a startup founder and you have a lot of tasks and things to manage, right? So in that case, you can use Otter, Notion, Google Sheets with AI, not directly, because when we use Google Sheets, it's completely manual. You just put the stuff, manage that, edit that, and everything. But there is options to build AI top of it. Right? Either you can use pre-built add-ons, which are already available. So free add-ons are available, paid add-ons are available, or you can create your own extensions, right? And it is very much easy to create your own extension. If you have one Google spreadsheet, and if you want to do a repetitive task on it, So you can create your own extension. So there is an option to create an extension. Within that extension, you can create a simple JavaScript code. And for that as well, you can use any other AI which is good at coding. Use that, create a JavaScript code, put that into extension, run that, publish that and run that. And that is done. That is how exactly you can save thousands of rupees per month on the manpower cost and the system cost, because whenever a manpower comes into the organization, that comes with multiple cost. That is not just a salary. Apart from salary, the space, other utilities, and everything, right? And that takes a lot of time of yours as well, because जो भी एम्प्लॉय आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आते हैं, जो भी मेंबर आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आते हैं, दैट विल टेक योर टाइम टू गेट ट्रेन, टू गेट मॉनिटर्ड, right? So that time you will save of yours, and again the other cost as well. Now let's discuss the second case study where exactly three member startups used N10 for automation, and they cut 5 hours weekly on manual reporting. For example, you are a startup who's doing digital marketing or doing influencer marketing or influencer collaboration portal or any kind of SaaS platform providing service to someone, right? Or any kind of marketing agency kind of things. This kind of services you are providing. So every week you need to provide reports to your customers, right? And a number of customers are there. So you need to generate the data, you need to put that into like Excel sheet, then do a lot of manual stuffs. All that can be replaced with simple automation in anything, right? So you can put that and you can save hours of time, which exactly you are investing in manual reporting. And you can invest that time into your core objective, which is sales, growth, investment, and scalability. There you can put your own time, because as a founder with us, time is limited, right? Resources are unlimited, technology is unlimited. You can use any technology, you can use any kind of resources, but time you have limited. So just try to be खरगोश कि मुझे बहुत तेज दौड़ना है, तो अब और उसके बाद भी इफ आई हैव ऑप्शन कि यार ठीक है मैं खरगोश हूँ बहुत तेज दौड़ता हूँ, फिर भी मैं स्केट्स लगा लेता हूँ और तो तेज दौड़ पाऊंगा, राइट? So that kind of thinking you should have with your startup, because AI is something which is everyone is using, but mindset makes a difference. कि कुछ लोग AI को सिर्फ टाइम पास के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ कंटेंट जनरेट करने के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ इमेजेस जनरेट करने के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं, which is the most basic task, राइट? उससे ज्यादा बहुत कुछ है जो किया जा सकता है, जो एआई कर सकता है, बट वी आर नॉट एक्सप्लोरिंग दैट. सो यू शुड एक्सप्लोर कि एआई की रियल कैपेबिलिटीज क्या है, एआई आपके बिजनेस में कहाँ पे फिट हो सकता है. एंड फॉर दैट आई रिपीट वंस अगेन, जो हम लोगों ने पहले भी कहा था, कि आप सबसे पहले जितने भी टास्क है जस्ट राइट डाउन ऑल द टास्क. एक प्रॉब्लम फाउंडर्स के साथ में ये भी होती है कि दे डू वॉट एवर कम्स, राइट? प्लान नहीं करते, लिखते नहीं. Right? So you just plan each and every day. एक बहुत छोटा सा भी task है, just write it down and try to eliminate, try to reduce that list by each passing day. So हर दिन आपको अपनी जो काम की लिस्ट है उसको कम करते जाना. जनरली स्टार्टअप फाउंडर्स के साथ में होता है, हर दिन जैसे जैसे बीतते जाते हैं उनकी लिस्ट बड़ी होती जाती है. यू नीड टू थिंक अपोजिट कि एज आई एम ग्रोइंग मेरी लिस्ट कम कैसे हो सकती है, and how exactly I can eliminate that completely by putting that task on any of the AI. So मुझे figure out करना है कि इस task के लिए X अच्छा है, इस task के लिए Y अच्छा है, इस task के लिए Z अच्छा है. Just put them, right? And keep monitoring of all the tools. और उनकी मॉनिटरिंग के लिए भी आप एक और AI टूल्स ला सकते हो. ये AI टूल इन सबको मॉनिटर कर लेगा. Then you will have a proper AI structure in your organization where exactly you can understand and feel हाँ अब थोड़ा सा मैं relaxed हूँ, things are getting done automated, Now I can think about the sales, about the growth, about the customer relationship, about investor relationships, the sustainability, and all the other business aspects. So this is the way how exactly you can think and move. So, and these are few future outlooks. So AI is completely shifting from tools and agents. So in big organizations and in big startups, it's already done. Now it's our turn as a startup that we should start using agents. And how exactly we can implement the agents and reduce the workload on us from on our team, right? So with the less team, we can scale more, right? Which is very much crucial for early stage founders. So you can have a AI co-founder can do a lot of stuffs for you, either book the meetings for you, negotiate with the clients, negotiate the deals, build the MVPs as well. Because a lot of tools are available which are good at coding, so they basically create the MVPs of anything, whatever you think. So if you are thinking to launch an application, so AI is available which can create and make the live application live in just few hours, right? So there is no need to communicate with the agency. Earlier, the time it used to take to find out an agency, in that time you'll get an MVP ready for you, right? So that kind of tools are available, and these are coming so fast, right? So you should keep eye on each and everything happening in the AI world, so that you will get the tools, you will get the technology available which can help you, right? So every technology related to AI is not useful for you. Just you just need to keep eye and understand that this is the tool which is useful for me. I'll be using that. Right? And one more thing, like don't spend a lot of time on different tools. Just spend time to understand which tool is good for you. Adopt it, make it, use 100%. Right? So वहाँ पे आपका 100% काम हो जाना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि आज कंटेंट के लिए यूज कर लेते हैं, कल ये यूज कर लेते हैं, परसों यूज कर लेते हैं. Every day you are spending a lot of time on experimenting with AI. Take a time, compare four different tools, identify which one is good for me for which task, put that, right? So one message, like start as an early adopter, just understand that, learn that, and then put AI into everything in your stuff, right? Don't get stuck in old method, and don't get stuck in AI with old approaches, right? So you need to change your approaches as well. So this is all from my side. Thank you so much for listening me. If you have any questions, I'll be very much happy to answer those.
ओके, थैंक यू सर इतने इंसाइटफुल और प्रैक्टिकल सेशन देने के लिए। तो आज हमने सीखा कि एआई टूल को स्मार्टली कैसे यूज करके हम अपना काम सिंप्लीफाई और ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं, ट्रूली वर्किंग स्मार्टर नॉट हार्डर। ये था डे 3 ऑफ आर टेक्निकल वर्कशॉप। आई लाइक टू थैंक ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे। हम कल फिर मिलेंगे एक नए और एक्साइटिंग टॉपिक के साथ। जब तक के लिए कीप लर्निंग, कीप इनोवेटिंग और कीप वर्किंग स्मार्ट विद एआई।
Thank you,
ओके,
Piyush sir.
थैंक यू
Thank you
सर।
so much.
Thank you.